Welcome to The Daily Quote, a podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and today is July 23rd. Did you know that today is National Yada 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 Day? Yes, you heard that right. Inspired by the iconic Seinfeld episode where George's girlfriend frequently uses yada 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 to gloss over important details of her stories. It's the day to celebrate the art of leaving things unsaid. A humorous nod to those moments when you might just skip the boring parts of the story. Speaking of Seinfeld, today's quote is from the comedy legend himself, Jerry Seinfeld. He once said, "It's amazing that the amount of news that happens in the world every day always just exactly fits in the newspaper." Now let's dive into this. Jerry Seinfeld's quote perfectly encapsulates the humor and the everyday absurdities of life. On National Yada 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 Day, it seems fitting to reflect on how we often summarize our lives in quick, neat packages. Just like how the news fits perfectly into the pages of the newspaper, we tend to skip over the mundane details with a simple yada yada yada, keeping our stories concise and to the point. But here's the thing. What are we leaving out? The yada 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 might be hiding the juiciest parts. Imagine if newspapers did this with their headlines. Major breakthrough in science. Yada yada yada. New species discovered. Yada yada yada. It's the details that make life interesting, even if we sometimes yada yada them away. So today, as you go about your day, think about the parts of your story you're glossing over. Maybe, just maybe, take a moment to appreciate the little details, the bits you usually skip. Who knows what interesting tidbits you might uncover. Thank you for joining me on The Daily Quote. Remember, every day brings a chance to find humor and joy in the small things. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, signing off, wishing you a fantastic National Yada 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 Day. Until next time, take care and don't forget to enjoy every detail of your story. And don't forget to follow or subscribe to this podcast in your podcast app, because if you don't, yada yada yada.